Hi, so in this video I'm going to break down Apeks versus Copenhagen Flames on Ancient. We're going to focus particularly on the T-side defaults, and then also see whether CTs were able to counter those defaults in those rounds. So for the pistol, Copenhagen Flames are going to do an A execute, but they'll have three guys going through mid who will play contact off of the A nades, and they're lucky that there's no one playing mid, and they're able to split onto A site. They get temple control and they hold on to donut. And given those two map control, I think it's quite easy to play a post plan on A site. For their anti-force buy, they're going to do a 1-4 default. One guy's showing some mid presence. He gets a pick as well. And at the same time, the four B players are just going to be getting fast Jaguar control and immediately getting fast cave control while one guy's watching upper, mid player is playing passive. And then as soon as they have cave, they instantly just throw a B execute and then just take B side control and plant the bomb. On the anti-eco, we see Roy willing to play solo B. The team starts with a 4-1 default with one guy from T-spawn throwing out nades. They throw the instant house smoke. Nikodaz is holding A main. The T's take fast donut control by just molotoving a lot of the common angles. And then they're just going to creep up on A site, while Roy is just going to watch the flank. On the first gun round, Yabi is going to go aggressive for mid. I want to check if he had a good spawn. Yabi is player 9. So in this case, Yabi has the best spawn, so he decides to rush out mid. His smoke doesn't cancel the Molotov, so just be careful of that. He could have had a really easy pick against Chauzi, but that didn't work out. At the same time, the rest of the team is just rushing A with no presence shown toward B. So in this default, Copenhagen Flames are going to do a 2-3 where they Molotov A main and they smoke Jaguar early. They secure lane control. They get upper control and they're able to get an early pick on mid, and Roy starts to take space off of that without smoking house and lurks inside of house. One thing I really like with what Copenhagen Flames does at this point is that they smoke donut and house when Roy is already past those choke points, trying to bait the rotates and give Roy a lot of space. So you can see that Nog, who was holding B, by the time he transitions here, Roy is already out past it, and Apeks just does not simply know it. So Roy can contain the rotates. Sticko's really the only problem in this one, and even now, this is quite an easy round for the CTs to win because they have donut control. But Copenhagen Flames hit their shot and hold on to their map control. Round 6, we see Copenhagen Flames take aggressive A main control. They show presence for Banana and they smoke Jaguar. And when they see no nades coming mid, they just creep out. Look at the spacing where the Opera is taking first peek and then the Rifler is right behind him, so that if the Opera misses the shot, he can run away and then the Rifler can swing to trade. In the meantime, we see this smoke coming in for B doors and aggression coming in from the CTs, which is very dangerous if your B player is not playing ahead of the smoke. So that's why Copenhagen Flames lose a player over there. Round 7, we see the T's group up B early. They try to walk out of Banana, but they're shut down. Round 8, we see a 4-1 default, but it's a Glock round, so it really doesn't matter what they do. They're just trying to bait out the util, and they'll all get mowed down. Round 9, we see a 2-3 default where one guy takes A control. The mid player tries to show some presence, and there are no nades thrown for Jaguar. Instead, they decide to take aggressive Jaguar control on their own. Once they have Jaguar control and they made sure there's no aggression happening anywhere on the map, they throw the Molotov here, they smoke house, and they start to go out mid. They peek Donut Dry together, and they're going to lurk into house. Round 11, we see a 3-2 default. Roy is going to take space in lane. Opera is holding banana. And the rest of the team are going to surprise Chazi out in mid, catching him outside, but he's able to fall back. Roy gets a pick at Jaguar, Nikodaus gets a pick at Banana, and with that, it's a 5v3. Copenhagen Flames just group up for B. Roy stays in Cave and gets an extra kill, and the T's just do an execute, and the mid player just stays back to watch the flank. Round 12, Copenhagen Flames are just going to rush A. So the nades they're throwing are the CT smoke from outside and donut smoke from outside as well. Round 13, we're going to see Nikodaus trying to get an aggressive pick at Banana, but it does not work out. At the same time, they've thrown fast mid nades, and they've also thrown a smoke for Jaguar. They take mid control, and they take all the space given to them. However, both the B players die, so this round does not work out for them. Round 14, we see Jaguar smoke thrown. A 3-2 default, a 2-3 default, where they take A main control. Mid player is still waiting, and then they're just taking space and holding on at B. They show some mid presence with just this Molotov right here. They contact clear Jaguar. They contact peek Cave with this Molotov that is thrown that lands at the cave entrance. At the same time, the mid player has basically crossed to Xbox. So if the team commits to B, he can be part of the hit. And basically from cave control, they're able to spam one guy down, and they're able to take B. Round 15, Nikodaus again tries to go for an opening pick. He gets the kill, but there's a second guy, so he gets traded. They get another kill. They get third kill as well. And at the same time, the mid players, they had the instant house smoke thrown for them. So they decide to just walk out of mid slowly and contact it. Now Apeks will switch to their T side. For their pistol, they're going to do an A execute with a B lurk. They get one pick. They're going to smoke donut. They decide to back off based off of the B lurk seeing a clear sight. On their anti-eco, they're going to do a 4-1 default, and the B player is just going to give it up. They're going to show some presence towards mid. So given they have no presence at B, they have to make sure they smoke donut, they smoke house, and they Molotov upper to make sure that as they're taking mid control, there's no presence shown. While all this is happening, they do an A execute, and they just get a simple bomb plant. Round 18, we see a 4-1 default where Jacob shows some presence at B by just Molotoving Banana and throwing some flashes. He plays passive, and Copenhagen Flames just take all the space given to them. Here we're going to see Apeks throw their util for mid, and they're going to start to take mid control. They have to Molotov upper because they do not have lane control. And they get picked off by Hooksy, who just throws a wide flash and swings off of it. So this is one disadvantage of taking mid control without lane. This player right here can very easily just take any angle he wants because there's no one from upper who can peek and trade him. You know everyone's going to be coming from this side right here. Round 19 is a force buy. They're just going to group up B, but it does not work out, so they just back up a bit and try to take space everywhere. What I really like here is the space that Copenhagen Flames took in mid control. So they do double Molotovs, instant smoke. Hooksy uses it to get to upper, and when he realizes that there's no presence being thrown, he asks for a smoke, and he just jiggles this corner right here watching Ivy. So if there's any presence shown, he can just dump a smoke and back up. Round 20 is just an eco. Again, Hooksy's playing aggressive mid. B players see no presence at B, so they just take all the space given to them. And the T's just rush out with Glocks on A. Round 21, we see another 4-1 default opening. Copenhagen Flames take all the space they can on lane. So with that, Hooksy's just jiggle peeking Ivy, and then the B players have their positions that they like. When Apeks are ready, they're going to throw house and donut smokes. They're going to Molotov right here, but they're not ready for a guy who's playing upper. They group back towards B, and they're just going to get mowed down. Round 23, we see a 3-2 default. This time, Apeks are fighting for lane control early. They get picked off because someone decides to play aggressive lane. So in this case, if you're not planning on rushing lane, you should probably not use this smoke. Maybe you should smoke right here, or you should have someone holding. But one more thing I'd fix is that you want to make sure that the guy who's holding an angle is always playing wider than the guy who's exposed to that angle. So here, Jacob was exposed to lane, and Chelsea was playing a tighter angle, so Chelsea couldn't take the contact. Once again, Copenhagen Flames are really bullying Apeks from this mid control by just instant re-smoking it and playing very aggressive. Round 24, we're going to see a mid rush happen. So Chelsea has a good spawn. He's going to rush out. He's going to have house smoke, donut Molotov, and a donut smoke. He's also going to smoke the CT Molotov. And he makes a really nice play here, which is when he's blind, he realizes the CT smoke donut, so he's just going to lurk through their smoke and go all the way into donut, while telling his team that there's a possibility that the CTs could still be playing mid. And with that, he gets a position of lurking in donut, and he just clears all of A's sight. The B player rotates off of that info. The B player was playing solo in this round, and just shows all the presence he can with this smoke for banana. And based off of all the space, they try to take A control. Round 25, we see a 1-4 default. Once again, we see this aggressive angle taken by Jacob. In the last half, we were seeing it taken by Nikodas. Trying to get a pick on this banana player. And at the same time, the mid player dies, and the rest of the B players aren't able to get kills. Round 26, again, we see Chelsea rush out mid, and he sees the smoke on donut thrown by the CTs, so he just lurks through it and goes into donut. The rest of the team tries to go out A and mid, but it does not work out for them. Round 27, we're going to see another 4-1 default. So we're going to see a Molotov here. The Molotov that's thrown here at upper misses, and because of that, they just get mowed down. And that's the end of the half.